Here with what we could expect this afternoon.
Well, John, they still have a very nice sea breeze down the shore, so that continues to be the sweet escape. But I think the setup is very helpful to understand as to why the heat and humidity just continues to build up the I-95 corridor. We've got an area of high pressure just anchored off the coast, and as it does so, they get a refreshing breeze off of the ocean temperature, which is still sitting in the mid-60s right now. So the immediate shoreline has that refreshing feel, but as soon as you head inland, we had a warm front take on over, so the heat and humidity continues to build to the north and east. We do not see some real relief until we hit Sunday with both that heat index value as well as the actual air temperature. It'll be down by just a smidge. Heat index for the city itself, 98 degrees is what it feels like to you outside as of noon. But as you head down the shore, it only feels at about 80 degrees. So that's almost a 20-degree spread based on just what it feels to you simply outside. And there are a lot of locations that have hit that century mark. In fact, it feels like almost 110 degrees in Middletown, Delaware right now. It feels like 101 in Chalfont. Same thing in Newfield. And again, down the shore, feeling like only the low to upper 70s right now. Some of those locations encroaching on that 80-degree feels like. If you're not at that triple-digit mark yet, you will be in the next couple of hours. The heat peaks here through late afternoon, early evening, and even through the overnight. As we round out midnight tonight, it's still feeling like 90 degrees, and you can't rule out that pop-up shower or thunderstorm with the heat and humidity. If you don't love today, you likely won't adore tomorrow. A heat advisory also posted for your Saturday. We'll break down more of the holiday weekend and what that has to hold for those fighting that fire. We've got only sustained winds at about 5 to 10 miles per hour, so at least we don't have gusts above that. But we're only looking at the chance today for some spotty activity when it comes to wet weather. I think we have a better chance tomorrow with a little bit more organization as a cold front comes on through. But as you can see, for the rest of your holiday weekend, both Saturday and Sunday, the high temperature is a copy and paste to 93 degrees, but the feels like outside is going to be a little bit more manageable as we approach the day on Sunday, especially through the afternoon. But the humidity is on tomorrow, and that's why that heat advisory is not only for today, but it stretches through your Saturday. We'll have feels like conditions above that triple-digit mark, especially up and down the I-95 corridor. Where is the warmth and humidity coming from? Well, down south, we've got a surge of a southerly wind. It's bringing that and transporting it a little bit further to the north. The relief comes in the way of that tolerable humidity through at least Sunday afternoon, and that's the front. It's still distant, so not bringing much relief today. 88 for Philadelphia right now. Dew point is in the mid-70s. As soon as we hit 60-degree dew points, it's uncomfortable outside, and the combination of the two gives you that real feel. It feels like 98 degrees outside. Keep an eye on the kids and the furry friends. If it's hot for you, it's hot for them. It feeling like the triple digits from Hamilton all the way up to almost Doylestown at that 98-degree heat index. And that's going to continue through the rest of today. But the real relief, it's down the shore. They've got a nice sea breeze with high temperatures that way, about 80 degrees. But there is a moderate risk for rip currents. We'll talk about the weekend, but I'll also give you kind of the preview as to when we break the heat. That's all coming up in just a few minutes. John, Sarah.
Okay. Payton, thank you. Well, turning now to the busy holiday weekend at the Jersey Shore. Beachgoers basking in the sun at the beach and packing the boardwalks this 4th of July holiday weekend.
Holiday rush.
May have a little bit of a break in that 10-day outlook for you, maybe Thursday, Friday, and Saturday when temperatures drop maybe a few degrees below or right toward average. So we'll keep you posted, but these look to be the days where we have some actual serious relief when it comes to the heat department. But the heat is on right now, and factoring in the high humidity levels, it feels close to that triple-digit mark for Philadelphia, feeling like 98 degrees right now. Mullica Hill, 111 is your heat index value at the moment. 100 degrees. A lot of century marks across the area too. As I zoom you out just a little bit more, Chalfont feeling like 104 degrees. It feels like 81 degrees in contrast to that, so about a 20-degree spread if you're closer to the I-95 corridor as opposed to some of those shore points a little bit cooler. Again, the heat is on. We've got a heat advisory in place, so please take it seriously. And tomorrow we're likely to run into the same issue. We have a heat advisory for the day tomorrow. It will feel above 100 degrees with our forecasted high at 93 degrees, and we basically copy and paste the actual high temperature for Sunday. The difference is going to be how it feels to you outside. Still going to be hot, still going to be muggy, but not as tropical as today and tomorrow will be. And that's all because we bring in this front. This front will also bring in the chance for some organized rainfall. We'll see that develop during the second half of tomorrow. As of right now, we've got a southerly breeze out of the southwest to be specific, and that's pumping up our temperatures and bringing in more of that high humidity. And through the overnight, we have no relief. It's a windows closed scenario. Partly cloudy skies, very warm. 77 is the call from AccuWeather for tonight for Philadelphia. A spotty thunderstorm through the afternoon all the way through the overnight still can't be ruled out, but the heat and humidity does not break. But let's take a quick look at the tropics. Hurricane Beryl did have interaction with the Yucatan Peninsula and has been downgraded back to a Category 1 hurricane. That's what happens. These systems do not like any interaction with landmass. That's a lot of friction for that system, but it is setting its eyes back into the Gulf of Mexico. In fact, its first time in the Gulf of Mexico. It will likely weaken back into a tropical storm scenario before intensifying a little bit. But you can see this cone broadens out and includes essentially a lot of that Texas coastline. In fact, the entire Texas coastline, and that's because